Eastern New Mexico, the state's attorney general is challenging recent anti-abortion city and county ordinances. We told you late last year about Clovis and Hobbs approving new measures intended to block abortion clinics from opening in those communities. These ordinances include language requiring any business that wants to provide abortions to abide with a part of federal law that prevents the shipping of abortion medication. Abortions are legal in New Mexico. Attorney General Raul Torres calls that a misinterpretation of 19th century law.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is not Texas. In this state, a woman's right to choose is guaranteed by the New Mexico Constitution. No city, no county, and no private citizen is empowered in our constitutional order to deprive a woman of that essential right.
So Torres is asking the state's Supreme Court to override those ordinances, claiming they prevent the state from regulating health care. In response, city leaders in Hobbs insist their ordinances are legal and represent the will of the people. City Attorney Efren Cortez says the ordinance does not ban abortions and instead anticipates a clinic will come to Hobbs. Cortez says the ordinance only sets minimum requirements to get a business license to operate. Mayor Sam Cobb insists the city supports women's rights unequivocally.